Close beside a river stands a big rock. It's a very big rock, as big as a mountain. In fact, it is a mountain. The mountain called El Coronel. Most of the mountain is bare gray rock, and in one deep canyon, in a den,
beneath a live oak tree lived the littlest coyote on El Coronel. He was only a puppy, very small, all but his ears. He was smaller than any of his 6 brothers and sisters. Sometimes his brothers and sisters were not kind to him. They jumped on him and chewed on him until his fur was all raggy and his ears were sore. One evening, their father and mother took the other 6 coyotes far away down the trail, but the littlest coyote stayed at home. He was not happy. They did not come home the next day. He crept into the deepest, darkest corner of the den, and he did not come out all night. Even when a small brown hand, reached inside the den, the littlest coyote would not bite. And that was how the littlest coyote met Jimmy Chicken, the Indian boy. "Your fur is gray," Jimmy Chicken said. "The Gray Smoke is your name." Jimmy Chicken took Gray Smoke home. He took him to a little white house under a big spotted sycamore tree. Jimmy Chicken's father, whose name was Big Chicken, was waiting under the sycamore tree. "This is Gray Smoke," Jimmy Chicken said. Big Chicken just said, "Ugh, he will be my dog," Jimmy Chicken said, "and that will be very nice." He was learning to come when Jimmy Chicken whistled. How Gray Smoke ran! Jimmy Chicken bent down. Gray Smoke licked Jimmy Chicken's face. Gray Smoke even learned to sing. He sang when Jimmy Chicken played his mouth organ. It was not much of a mouth organ. Some of the keys would not play at all. He sat on the ground and he played, while Gray Smoke sat in front of him and sang. Gray Smoke sang and pointed his long, sharp nose at the moon. He always sang the song over and over many times because it was that kind of a song. But Gray Smoke learned another lesson that Jimmy Chicken knew nothing about. He learned to escape from the wickiup. Under one wall, he dug a hole beneath some brush. And every night when Jimmy Chicken locked Gray Smoke carefully inside the wickiup, Gray Smoke slipped away to El Coronel, to the high mountain where cool nights blew, where delicious smells of mice and kangaroo rats and lizards and owls set something inside Gray Smoke to tingling, away to a place where a wild coyote waited. Gray Smoke liked to race for miles over the mountain trails. Indians saw him. "We saw the big coyote," they would say, "the coyote of El Coronel." And every morning Gray Smoke was back in that wickiup, looking as if he had never been away. But one morning, one of Big Chicken's turkeys was missing, and footprints of a large coyote were on the soft ground. He watched Gray Smoke come out from beneath the brush. But someone else had been watching too. Big Chicken stepped out from the shadow of the corral. Big Chicken has his gun. The gun blazed over Gray Smoke and made a loud noise. Gray Smoke went fast, fast, like a flying night bird. Gray Smoke ran like a wild hunted animal before the blast of Big Chicken's gun. And now Gray Smoke really had become wild. He was not Jimmy Chicken's dog anymore. He was a wild coyote racing through the night. Lightning tore the sky and thunder rumbled. But the other coyote was waiting. Then the two ran on together, 2 wild coyotes slipping swiftly, silently, through the stormy night. Then Jimmy Chicken ran to the corral where the pony stayed. He leapt on the pony's back, and he kicked the pony's side with his heels, far off on El Coronel. Lightning flickered and flared. It lighted the top of El Coronel where thunder made rumbling, tumbling sounds. Big drops of rain began to spatter, but Jimmy Chicken was sure that Gray Smoke would go into the den. Jimmy Chicken almost reached the den, but on a narrow trail at the top of a cliff, where wind screamed and rain lashed, Jimmy Chicken's pony stumbled and he fell. Jimmy Chicken pitched forward over the edge of the cliff, down, 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 to a narrow rocky ledge. Wind shrieked about the ledge, rain beating against it. The rain splashed on Jimmy Chicken's upturned face. One arm was twisted awkwardly beneath him. At the top of the cliff, the pony galloped off down the trail. Gray Smoke heard the pony clatter away. There was only the sound of the wind on El Coronel. The storm and the night wind were calling, for the loudest of all that faint whistling was calling. He wanted to lick Jimmy Chicken's face. Back at the cliff, Gray Smoke could not get down off the ledge where Jimmy Chicken was lying. Even when he crept out on a big jagged rock at the top of the cliff, he could not get down. "Gray Smoke, you came to help me, but you can't help. You can't tell Big Chicken." "Wait! Oh, Gray Smoke, maybe you can help." "Sing," he whispered to Gray Smoke. "Sing. Perhaps Big Chicken will hear." So Gray Smoke sat up straight and pointed his nose towards the moon, and then Gray Smoke sang. Then Jimmy Chicken played on his mouth organ. Gray Smoke sang and he sang because it was that kind of a song. Far away on the other side of the mountain, Big Chicken was riding the pony up the wrong trail. Big Chicken was going farther and farther away, and then he heard Gray Smoke sing. Big Chicken kicked hard with his heels. He sent the pony galloping down the wrong trail. Then the pony scrambled up the right trail. And all that time, Gray Smoke just sang and he sang. Big Chicken had a rope, and he climbed down and brought Jimmy Chicken to the top of the cliff and put him on the pony. Now Jimmy Chicken said, "Gray Smoke is my dog again." "And that's very nice," Big Chicken said. Ugh, but Gray Smoke just grinned. He was not a wild coyote anymore. He was just Jimmy Chicken's dog. So Jimmy Chicken bent down, and at last, Gray Smoke licked Jimmy Chicken's face. "Gray Smoke is my dog,"